Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Norgon 111, and welcome back to Terraria 1.4 Master Mode. I've done a bit of work off camera, and so I thought we could describe things. At the beginning of the episode, what I've done, one of the things is I made an area that I could go fishing in the honey. It seems harder to duplicate liquids at this point, but I found a thing where someone made a way to do it that involves using inlet and outlet pumps as well as a manual bucket of water that you do in this little square that's kind of like between the two pumps here. And so managed to duplicate some honey that way, and also just improved my fishing area up here as well. I was looking back at my desert house. I was glad to have started to try to build something nicer, but it didn't look great before. I knew the roof was one of the things that was like really wrong with it. And it needed more furniture. And so I spent some time and I completely changed the roof and also added a bit more furniture. And I like the look of the place a whole lot more now. It's got windows. It's got a little chest in here that has a sandcastle bucket because I decided we needed a sandcastle inside the house. It's got a little bench. The painter's got some paintings and a dresser. We got these bamboo lanterns hanging from the ceiling, and I changed the ceiling to a thicker, rich mahogany because the bamboo is nice for like the structure of the building, but for the ceiling, it seems like I needed something else. We've got like the double music bug going on again, and then I also added a little bit of detail to a different type of wood background that just kind of like gives some structure to the house. So I think that looks a lot better. And then that motivated me to try my hand at this place. So I made like a ice kind of house. And yeah, for this one, I looked online at various houses people had made in ice biomes with boreal wood to get some inspiration. But kind of like the combination of boreal and gray brick backgrounds, as well as putting in fireplaces and putting some snow on the roof, were things that I saw on a few different people's builds. And so with those ideas kind of as inspiration or whatever, I put this place together, and I think it looks decent. It's still not especially snowy up here. You'll notice that it changes to a forest background if I'm there, but if I'm right here, I can still do my ice fishing due to all the snow and ice blocks that are around here. And we get the snowy background and the music and such. So that is cool. So I wanted to show off those things that I had done. I also purchased the Grand Design from the mechanic by combining all the mechanic and goblin tinkerer things so that I could place and remove wire. And right now the only thing other than the inlet and outlet pumps that I used for making the honey fishing area, the only thing I have that I could hook up is a star statue. And so I did that. And so I've got the star statue on a 5-second timer up here. Oh, Blood Moon is rising. Well, that'll give me an opportunity, actually, to show off another thing, which is a traveling merchant came by with the Gray Zappinator. 43 magic damage is a pretty big number. It's kind of slow to fire, and the description says it might be broken. And it definitely is, because you'll see the graphics of the Zappinator sometimes don't line up at all with where you're shooting, and sometimes it like bounces off, and yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try firing it as fast as possible just so you see how slow it is. That's as fast as you can fire it. See this? Look at this. I don't know if this is actually gonna deal damage. It doesn't seem like it does, so it seems like that's almost like a graphical glitch. And I think just based on the sprite, it looks like a light gun from the Nintendo Entertainment System, which I had like as a kid growing up or whatever, played Duck Hunt. So I think that's kind of like the inspiration there. Yeah. Oh, and I changed this so that eventually if we need to use it for goblins and pirates and different things, hopefully bad guys, we can actually try it out here. Someone's going to come down and join me in here. Here we go. Great. The guys could fall down here, and then I can go and pick up the drops. You get the idea. Alright, but we have another Blood Moon. which is both inconvenient and convenient at the same time, because I do need money. I want to buy the safe. Now that we've defeated Skeletron, the merchant sells the safe, which is extra storage space, which is good, because most of the time that I'm walking around, my piggy bank is mostly filled with other things that I always want to carry around. So the Blood Moon will give you an opportunity to kill some bad guys and earn some money, such as this money right here. Woohoo! That was only 28 silver. It's not a lot of money. Yeah, so I'm going to deal with the Blood Moon. I'm going to harvest my Deathweed, and I will see you in a moment. Okay, well, I finished off the Blood Moon, and the good news is I got, like, I don't know, 15 gold out of it, so now I can't afford the safe. So that is great. I do notice he's selling a drum set. 8 gold, 50 silver, and then a drumstick. I think this is just for making music for fun. I'm not going to buy it right now, because... Oh, actually I don't have enough money to buy it right now, even if I wanted to. I was going to say, because I don't want to spend all my money, but I would spend more than all my money. So that's not even a possibility. The angler had left during the Blood Moon, but he's back, and it's Batfish, and I'm pretty sure I've got that one. Yeah. So let's just turn it in, and see if we get anything amazing. Apprentice Bait and Sonar Potions. The answer is no. We did not get anything amazing. The safe, in case people have forgotten, is basically just another storage chest, like an ender chest, that you can put stuff in, and then carry it around, just like the piggy bank, and then put it back down later. And it still has all the same contents. And you can have multiple safes in the world, and they all have the same inventory available to them. So that is pretty cool. Let's see, so I showed off... I think I showed off all the stuff that I did off camera since last time. The obvious thing to do in terms of progression is to continue exploring the dungeon. However, there's something I want to do beforehand. There were a number of materials that I'd asked the guide about in terms of crafting, both on and off camera, but I don't think I've done any jungle items. So let's take a look at the jungle crafting recipes and see. There's the Amazon. Yeah, if there's any new stuff. Snapthorn. 18 summon damage. Okay, so it's another one of the summon whips, like the one that we were able to buy from the zoologist. Extremely weak knockback, 6 summon tag damage. Summon tag damage. Your summons will focus struck enemies. Strike enemies to gain attack speed. Interesting. So does that mean... I guess we're going to have to craft that. Oh, it's kind of expensive. 12 stingers, 3 spores, 3 vines. Well, I'm going to do it anyway. Before I leave the guide, I wanted to ask him about stingers as well. I think these are all things that we have seen before. Okay, so I need vines and stingers and that. And my vines, here they are here. So I should be able to craft Snapthorn. Okay, and it can get modifiers. So that one's demonic, so that's actually really good. Let's go ahead. I've shown off the Zappinator. I could try reforging it, but it seems so slow that I'm not sure that it's a very good weapon. So I'm just going to place it in my unused weapons chest for now. And we'll try Snapthorn out here. But since I have two of these guys, I need some decent enemies to fight. Where would I find them? I guess the jungle is probably a good place to find multiple enemies quickly. We'll have to get away from our NPCs over here. I still haven't built good jungle housing. Oh wow. This thing has some range. And yeah, I just want to witness if these guys focus and deal more damage on a guy that I've already whipped. So, hey bad guys, please appear. There's one. So I can see that hitting it with the whip, it has the little circle lighting up. And I just saw it go from 18 and 19 to a 25. So these guys attacking a bat on their own, we're dealing 15, 16, 20 were the numbers that I saw. And so here, 16, 17, okay, and then if I tag this guy, 23, 27, that was another 16. There's a lot of variability. 16, Alright, they seem to have lost the tag. Tag this guy. 18, 19, 16. Well, I think the tag wore off again. I'm not seeing the circle last. Okay, there it's tagged. 29. Yeah, I think they're hitting with higher numbers once I tag the guy. Let's read the tooltip again. 6 summon tag damage. So yeah, I think basically if I tag, it's dealing 6 extra damage. And it seems like even a little bit more than that, just due to some of the way that damage stacks or something. I don't think I'd actually captured frogs before. We've seen a few of them on the screen. I don't know that I captured them. So let's actually capture some. We probably cook them up into a well-fed buff or something. Okay, I don't know if this is especially practical to use. Well, if you were a summoner, it definitely could be. And yeah, I've just seen it pointed out in general that for people who want to play a summoner class, which I have done in the past, like pure summoner, it gives the summoner both a way to deal a little bit of extra damage actively, as well as some reliable early game weapons. Because you could just acquire the materials for this and then craft up the whip, even if you hadn't found a summon to use just yet. So the other thing I want to check out is the Bestiary. We'd only kind of glanced at it before. But Merchant. It says Surface here. Nurse says the Hallow. I have a feeling this might be people's favorite biomes. Angler Ocean, that would kind of make sense. Of course, it would make sense the jungle for her. Desert for the arms dealer. I guess he does sell the illegal gun parts that can be made into the sand gun, for example. Oh, it shows drops. So like the painter, for example. I know people sometimes kill the painter just so that they can get their hands on the paintball gun, because it's range damage. It's available pretty early in the game because you can get the painter pretty early in the game. And unlike other range damage weapons, it doesn't actually consume any ammo. So you could just fire the paintball gun indefinitely. I see, this guy drops the ale tosser. Right, I think I've had that before in a previous playthrough. So the golfer likes it on the surface. Wise middle-aged man who sells all sorts of golfing equipment. He's got game and knows how to score. Resident lycanthrope. Adores animals. Fox-like biology resulted from a cursed animal bite. I see. There's like backstory. The witch doctor is apparently a lizard. I don't think I knew that in terms of the lore. The mechanic can drop the wrench. Apparently likes a snow biome. The clothier always drops his hat whenever he dies, right? And the hat is like smelly. Yeah, it smells funny. Okay, so if you hover over this thing, it basically gives you the same tooltip as you get with the item. The town cat. Lazy, devious, might bring presents. Oh! Presents might once have been breathing. I wonder if that's actually a thing. Also, why does it say 3 stars here? And 1 star here? Is this like people's happiness? Goblin Tinkerer is 3 stars. He's currently living at the ocean, though. This is like 2 of 5 stars. Yeah, I'm not sure. The old man at the dungeon. Skeleton merchant. Traveling merchant. Always drops his hat. Yes, I'm not sure what to make of these stars up here just yet. And then, wow. Basically every critter and things, gold grasshopper says 5 stars. And grasshopper is 1 star, so maybe it's something to do with like rarity or goldfish and goldfish. I don't think I'd actually seen a goldfish. I definitely didn't catch it. And so there must have been one that spawned that I failed to notice, I think, basically. So is the Amethyst Bunny in here? There's a gold bunny. There's a bunny with a party hat. I see, party. Okay, so this is like maybe conditions when a mob spawns. Gold bird, surface, daytime. Yeah, that seems plausible. Whereas these guys spawn at nighttime. Okay. Gold worm, 5 stars. Worms, 1 star. Enchanted nightcrawler, also 5 stars. Fish extremely attracted to these. How do I... Oh, 34.81% collected. Interesting. Okay, that's more than I would have guessed, actually. Oh, it tells me about the fairies. Size of a butterfly, attuned to the world around them. They excel at finding shiny things. Okay, so the different fairies, apparently they only come at nighttime. And they all have the same description, despite being different colors, so maybe they all do exactly the same thing. Here's the Amethyst Bunny. Colorful rabbits make their way so deep they reaction to magic gems result in a coveted sparkling appearance. There's emerald bunnies, there's amber bunnies. And yeah, okay, so there's probably also all the other gemstone bunnies, and these are the only ones I've encountered. I didn't notice these on screen, but I managed to catch this one, and he's currently living in this box over here. Okay, there's like an infinite number of pages practically to go through in here. I'll quickly go through off camera and just see if I notice anything particularly noteworthy. Actually, one thing I do want to know. Oh, wow, okay. Antlion Charger, it's got a bunch of question marks. I expect then maybe, who have I killed a lot of? I've killed a lot of zombies. Yeah, so I guess if you kill, maybe if you kill enough of a guy to get a banner, then it fills in the stats. And so low knockback taken, 150 life, 48 attack power, 8 defense, drop 1 gold, 62 copper, and 1 to 9 arrows 100% of the time if it was a zombie that has arrows in him. I see, and he actually has more hit points and more attack power. I don't think I realized that than like a normal zombie. And this guy... Oh, and then it shows like the rare drops, except for they still have question marks. So maybe if I kill more of them, I will get more details. Yeah, here we go. So I've killed enough of this style of zombie to know that the shackle drops 2% of the time and the zombie arm drops 4% of the time. Wow. Okay, so the bestiary is actually very detailed. Alright, I'll spend some time looking off camera and see if there's anything particularly noteworthy. The ghost says graveyard. So I remember we've only encountered a ghost once. I'm pretty sure I saw it down here, and it was after I had died to the Eater of Worlds. So maybe it has to do with where you've previously died. Like there's a tombstone where you died. Yeah, I don't know. So many things to wonder about. Is that an enchanted nightcrawler? It is. And then just a normal worm. So sometimes there's enchanted nightcrawlers. During certain nights, it seems like. Is this like a full moon or a new moon, or where is the moon tonight? It's a full moon, so maybe it's like a full moon thing, where sometimes you get the enchanted nightcrawlers. So many new mechanics to speculate about. Oh, and I don't know if I called it out. I might have pointed this out on camera already, I can't remember. But the potion ingredients now stack above 99, presumably to 999. That is such a big change, such a great thing for me, because I always run out of space in my potions chest trying to store the different flowering ingredients, and now I'll be able to stack 10 times as much. So that is super great. I'm very happy about that. Oh yeah, and when we were at the jungle just a moment ago, I caught some frogs, and they're immaterial. So obviously you can put it in a frog cage. And you could make a frog statue. Sauteed frog legs. Consumable, medium, the other white meat increases life to regeneration for 10 minutes. And that is made at the cooking pot. Alright, cool. Alright, I said at the start of the episode that the next obvious place to continue is to do more of the dungeon, and so let's do it. I can't remember, I don't have any gold keys apparently. And let's get the grand design in cutting mode so that I can steal wire as I go along in the dungeon. But let's go re-explore this place. And yeah, try to keep a better eye out for a water bolt, for example. I'm actually kind of digging the Book of Skulls. The one, I don't know, knock that I have against it is the fact that it kind of like turns to home in on enemies, and sometimes it doesn't kind of like arc just the right way, and ends up just kind of like flying circles around enemies or doing a bad job of getting them, but it's pretty powerful magic damage. Yeah, look at that, it kind of like flies through. Yeah, so it's a pretty good magic weapon. But yeah, I enjoy stealing wire, both to disarm traps and to, these crumble bricks are really weird, and to, what was I saying? Oh dear, I've like 5 seconds into the dungeon and I've already completely lost my train of thought. Alright, well, these things happen. Maybe we'll get a Nazar when we're in here and fighting some of the cursed skulls. That would be a nice thing to get, because that's one of the more difficult Ankh Charm items to obtain. Dungeon slime, nice. Let's grab the wire from here and from here. And let's see if we can find that dungeon slime and get ourselves a key. And also, I couldn't find bones in my inventory. I'm not sure. I'm going to grab an extra bed in case I want that. I'm not sure if I had an inventory that was full, and so I was failing to pick up bones before, or I just stacked them somewhere at home that I didn't see them. But that was another thing that I wanted to ask the guide about in terms of crafting recipes and things. Because I could imagine that there could be some new dungeon-related... Oops. Okay, that's not a safe place to stand. Don't stand there. More dungeon-related crafting stuff that I haven't had a chance to get yet. I bet you that's an explosive in the wall in a normal cave. Right there. Let's use some magic damage. Soften these guys up a little bit. And I should probably go ahead and break some of the spikes in some of the obvious spots. Oh gosh, heal. Heal? I can't heal because I'm cursed. Right. Crap. Heal? How long does the curse last? Here we go. Okay. Couldn't even use a grappling hook, I don't think. I have the right buffs? Yes, let's buff. Okay, that was extremely dangerous. Right, so these guys can curse you, which means you can't use weapons. Apparently you can't even use a grappling hook. And you can't use healing potions. So all of a sudden, you're just out of luck. Let's send those guys down here after you. And these guys up here after you. And I just want to stand here and grab some more wire while I'm healing up for a moment. And remind me, I usually, when I'm in here, yeah, have bombs on the bar. I presume it's still the case that bombs explode spikes, but let's actually watch. Yes, the bombs still do explode the spikes. So if I want to get rid of a whole bunch of spikes on the floor, that's another obvious potential way to do it. And there's a lot of bad guys here. Is there a water candle on the screen? I don't see the water candle buff. But for whatever reason, this is an extremely popular place for monsters to congregate, would appear. I got cursed again for a minute there. I think. Alright. Struggling to stay alive. You know what we can do? We can, it's an ultra bright campfire, which I don't love. But let's just go ahead and set that out to have a little bit of extra regen while we're in here. And sure, let's also drop some bombs. I guess sticky bombs would be better to be able to aim at where I want the spikes. So let's do this. I've got plenty of gel. Let's get a bunch of sticky bombs on the bar, and then anytime I want to get rid of a bunch of spikes quickly, I could just do that, as opposed to... Yeah, they dig pretty easily too. Alright, so depending upon exactly the situation, if the floor is entirely covered in spikes, I might just throw a sticky bomb at it. Or if I'm trying to do ceilings. Whereas, if it's something easy for me to just mine up, I can do that. Okay, so it did look like that was an actual dead end to the right, so I do want to go down to the left, I think, in order to explore the new bits of the dungeon. So let's kill a few guys. Oh, we got a tally counter. That's part of the informational accessories, eventually the cell phone. So that's a nice find. Although I think the tally counter is pretty common in the dungeon, so it's not like a super huge deal to have gotten it. And I guess I am not a strong enough pickaxe in order to break some of these dungeon bricks. That's interesting. I know I broke some dungeon bricks on the outside. Interesting, but there's some dungeon bricks in here that I can't break. So, are there multiple types of dungeon bricks and they take different pickaxe power, I guess is what I'm learning from that? I don't think that was the case before. And so that might be a change that's part of the update. Alright, there's my gold key, so I can start opening more chests. And there's enough spikes here. Oh, 50th Angry Bones. That's nice. For now, I'm gonna hold on to the banners that we get inside the dungeon for the moment. And eventually, if I end up making a place to like farm dungeon bad guys, we could put all of those banners together in that area. So I think that'll be my plan. So let's see. We only got a little ways further up here, I think. Alright, there's another golden key. And if I'm careful, yeah, I can just use the pickaxe to break a lot of these spikes. But I guess the bombs are quicker. I don't know. I haven't decided how I want to do that yet. Okay, what's in this chest? Oh, hey, it's a new flail. Ruthless Blue Moon. Let's definitely check that out. 81 melee damage? That can't be right. I mean, that's insanely high. It's dealing that much melee damage. Wow. Is that a bug? Did they super upgrade this thing? Wow. Okay, so I'm putting that in the 1 slot. And it does behave like a flail, which means I can stick it out and have it go back. I can swing it around my head. And I can drop it on the ground and just have it sit there. Okay, that is a huge upgrade on this weapon. And sure, let's go ahead and save some time. Wow. Okay, that was a fortunate chest to go ahead and open randomly in terms of gold dungeon chests. I'm very happy about that now all of a sudden. And so yeah, let's try this out. So if I... how do I do it? Right, if I just leave this on the ground, yeah, guys can just like step on it. Yeah, and they all just kind of like keep walking into it and take damage from it. That could be pretty effective, honestly. Will the dungeon slime just walk into it? I'm just holding down the button. I kind of left it in a corner, so it's kind of not a good spot for the dungeon slime to grab onto it. Let's try leaving it somewhere else. There we go. Dungeon slime's still kind of hopping over it. Okay, not the most effective thing I've ever done with weapons, but it's still pretty cool. And yeah, 80-something is just so much higher than everything else that I have. That is just huge. Can I use this effectively against any bosses? I don't know that it has quite enough range against a number of bosses. Cthulhu could probably work against. I'm not sure that you could use this effectively against Skeletron. Yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it more. I'm not accustomed to using flail weapons. Let's see. What else do we get? That's the magic missile, which is the aimable one. Let's check it out as well, just to see if there are any changes to how it behaves. So it's in my inventory right here. There are changes. So it's got a different visual sprite. And I think it's homing now. When you let go of the button, so you can steer it around corners. But when you let go of the button, it's like homing in on bad guys now. And it moves more quickly. Okay, so this has also been upgraded. Interesting. Okay, so there's actually a lot more changes to the weapon mechanics than I realized, and that's pretty interesting. So what we're going to do is we're going to put down the safe and start stacking away a bunch of stuff that we don't need to be holding right at the moment, so that I can fit more loot in my inventory. And we're also going to try to stay alive while we do it. Can it be done? Find out. Alright. Okay, the inventory has been safely managed. Let's continue to explore, question mark. It looks like I've gone this way and there was nothing here. Was there any way to go to the left? It might be the crumble bricks again. I'm not sure how they appear. Oh gosh, up here on the map, yeah. So these might be crumble bricks over here. So is this, it looks like there might be crumble bricks over here yet. Or maybe I've crumbled them all at this point. Oops, ouch. This is actually, okay, so this is also basically like a trap. Oops, I was trying to place a block here for me to stand on. Yeah, because it's all spikes in here, so basically if you fall in here and you don't have a way to fly out, then you're just going to be like standing on the spikes. So just in case I do that again, let's go ahead and break some of the spikes on the floor. Oops. Let's break more of the spikes on the floor so that I'm not standing on them. And okay, I really like the fact that there's more types of traps, I suppose, and there aren't any like crumble blocks hidden down here or anything. I wonder if there's going to be some blocks that won't be breakable until hard mode or a later pickaxe, and there's going to be more of the dungeon that we can't get to right now, pre-hard mode or something. That actually could totally be a thing. Just occurred to me. And looks like there might be some crumble blocks up here. Yeah, there might be more up here. Okay, here we go. So you have to really look around in order to find all of the dungeon, maybe? I can't tell if there's going to be more that actually goes up here or not. And I can't also tell yet if my... Let's try to discern this. Yeah, I think possibly even the grappling hook or touching the block can make the crumble blocks disappear. Let's put another torch up here. And it's really hard to see at the edges how far the crumble blocks are going to go to tell if there's like more to the dungeon up here or not. It's a really weird mechanic. Game mechanic. And I'm still not sure how I feel about it. But points for doing something different. Alright, I see, and this just circled around up here. Okay, well, I'm cursed again. That seems to last for about 10 seconds. Ouch. Alright, so let's get to where I can use something. I could still use my hover boots, though, even if I couldn't use the grappling hook. And presumably also could still use a double jump. Oh, baby. Did my buffs wear off? Yes, they did. So let's buff again so that we have more regeneration. Alright, and yeah, the fact that these crumble blocks are also not extremely visually distinct means you really have to be kind of looking for them in order to find all the directions the dungeon might go. So it might just be more difficult to explore, just in that regard. But you really have to keep your eyes open to see all the places you can go. Okay. We're healing up. We've got more regen. There's a water candle somewhere, apparently, and I don't immediately see it. Is it up or down? I don't see it to the up. So let's imagine it's down. Alright, Crypt Skulls. Hit these guys so I can start exploring down here. These guys are spawning pretty quickly. Alright, maybe I should just dive down here and hope there's good stuff. Dive, dive, dive! Right, I forgot that I'm wielding this new flail, the Blue Moon, and then I can just hold down the button if I want to have like a spinning wheel of death around me. And actually, I think it's not a circle. I don't think I appreciated that before. The mace, I think, was spinning in a circle. This one is spinning in more of an ellipse, so far as I can tell. Might have to get the mace back out and actually compare it. See if that's truly the case. Here's a water candle, which I do want to mine up. And arbitrarily, we'll try going this way first. I think that's a dead end. Nope. And here's another one of these traps. Okay. So once again... Ouch. Okay. Just wanted to put a block to stand on. And then down here, I just want to mine the spikes out, so if I fall down here again, I don't have to worry about standing on them again. Alright, so it seems like that quote-unquote trick of having you crumble down into a spike pit is something that's going to be reused by the terrain generator a few different times. I can appreciate that. It's a good trap. Alright, how about this way? There we go. Got a lot of darkness, for one. So let's light some things up. And... oh boy. Still not super effective at using the flail, but maybe I'll get reused to it. Oh, there's a glowing mushroom biome over there. Wow! So the dungeon, like, intersected the glowing mushroom biome, basically, and just chopped right through it, it looks like, which ends up creating a really interesting effect on the minimap. Alright, so let's open this up. I can see the crumble blocks going this way now. Alright, crumble blocks, where are you taking me? This is so weird. More bad guys. I guess the disadvantage of using the flail versus using the Blue Moon, or sorry, versus using the Enchanted Sword is the Enchanted Sword was giving off light when I was throwing it around, whereas the Blue Moon doesn't actually give off any light. So that's a minor disadvantage to using it. It's just a little bit harder to see as we're in the dungeon. Okay, what's the red light down there? I guess it's just some kind of dungeon lamp. It's not like it's lava or anything just yet. And it looks like there is a way to go this way. Oh, is that a slime statue? No, it's a bomb statue. Cool. I like bomb statues. I like, in general, any active statues that can do good things for me. Ouch. I put a block here that I wanted to stand on, then I failed to stand on. Okay, so once again, let's use some sticky bombs to break some of the spikes so that we have a place to stand to break more of the spikes. And let's heal, just because I was bleeding and down like 100 hit points. That's a good time to heal, I think. Hard to argue otherwise. Alright, what's down here? I have not been keeping an eye out for a water bolt, because there's so much else to keep an eye on right now. So I'm going to try, at some point, to do a better job at looking for water bolts. Oh, hello. Oh, we're getting lots of gold keys. I'm cursed again. Yikes. Okay, gotta get away while we're cursed. Alright, curse wore off. There we go. Alright, there's lots of this dungeon. and I spent so much time at the beginning of the episode doing other things, I'm not sure that we're going to be able to finish the dungeon today. But that's good, because I'm having fun in here, and obviously there's new loots, and new traps. Hey! There is a coin fountain thingy, whatever it's called. Oh gosh. Took a bunch of damage there. So we got some new coins, and so let me actually, yeah, we're up to 17 money. Let's go ahead and quick stack away our money. Here's a bunny statue, which is an activatable statue, and I'm curious if you can catch the bunny. Ouch! Okay, there's a dart trap there, and I'm gonna fall victim to it again if I'm not careful. So let's kill all the guys in the area, and then let's de-wire that thing. I'm not sure if the bunnies that come out of the bunny statue, could you cook them up? There's a water bolt. Ah, finally found one. I wonder if you can cook them up, or if they're like not catchable in the bug net. That might be something that has not changed since the previous version, but it's just something that I never bothered to play around with. So I just don't know. Alright, I do want to try to kill the dungeon slime just to make sure I have plenty of keys. Yeah. Alright, that is good. Getting him. I've taken a lot of damage. You know what? Maybe it's just time to go home. I just realized Shadow Key says opens all shadow chests and obsidian lockboxes. I don't know what obsidian lockbox is, but presumably there's somewhere else in the world that you can find boxes that you couldn't open until you've gotten into the dungeon. Also, shadow keys do not stack. Okay, just on the way out, I guess it's a little bit of an ellipse with the old flaming mace. Yeah, they actually might be pretty similar. Alright. But yeah, I just wanted to compare those weapons. I think the water bolt might do less damage than it used to. It was pretty overpowered before, so that's probably a good balance update. But I think that's a good place to call it here for the day. I hope, as always, that you guys are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more Terraria. Bye-bye.